you guys hear me okay? Hello, hello, welcome. All right, yay! Oh, my camera is askew. All right, let's try that again. Hi, how is everybody doing? Hello, hello, Joanna, Q. Thank you for becoming a member. Faye, Amy, Lori, Way of the Genie, hi. Everyone say hi to Way of the Genie. They are the creator of the tarot for cars, or the I'm getting the title of your deck wrong, I do apologize, but the car tarot deck. So give them a shout out. Hello. How's it going? How is everyone? Hi, Surian. Oh, I'm so sorry, Faye. Hi, Ferris. Good to see you. All right. Hopefully, I've got everything working. Yay, go figure. Nice. All right. So I'm hoping we'll be able to see the cards a little bit clearer. I'm trying to move things around here, so maybe the camera will focus better. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how it goes tonight. But I wanted to keep some pretty items here so you guys had something to focus on. Hello, Santiago. Welcome. Keep losing sound. Uh-oh. I swear, I have technological issues every single stream. It's almost like the universe is like, no, we're not doing it. Oh, all right. Well, today is 777, so crazy. If you know anything about numerology, the number 7, or angel numbers in general, so 777, if you see that sequence, it's a very lucky sign. So the number 7 in numerology is about luck, introspection, and wisdom. So it is a wonderful day to tap into your alignment, to tap into what you are manifesting, what you are wanting to bring in. So if you are wanting to start your manifestation journey, or if you're wanting to focus on your goals, today is a great day to tap into that, get into alignment, and start getting lucky. So I want to do two things here. I wanted to use the Everyday Witch Tarot, and I want to use the Witch in Total Control of herself, excuse me, I always do that because of that song, deck to kind of read for the collective energy, and then we'll go into personal readings if you want one. As always, you do not have to affirm the reading. You do not need to tip me. You do not need to do anything out of just being here and wanting a reading. I am doing this because I want to do this, and there's no commitment that you have to make other than if you want it, you know what I mean? But if you want a tip, if you want to do that, I have multiple ways that you can do so. You can use the chat button, sticker thingy, doodle thing, or I do have all sorts of ways in the description box, so like Ko-Fi and Venmo and all that stuff. But again, no pressure. You do not need to do that in order. I just want to make that clear every time we go live, just because I know that there are other readers that's how they make their income. So I don't want you to misconstrue what I'm doing. So anywho, let's see as a collective how we are doing energetically for today. Thank you so much, Q. Oh my gosh. Awesome. I don't know if I have any mods in the chat yet, but if I end up not having a mod, I'll request one of you guys if you can keep track of a list for me. So, there, speaking of the mods, Rowan, hi, how are you? Oh no. Hi, Pearl. Caitlin, yeah, no worries. Glad to have you here. I'm so sorry that you had your account. I swear, these people, they just don't quit. Awesome. Thank you so much, Rowan. All right. So, decks are good to go. Let's see, as a collective, how we're doing, what we are working on getting into alignment. Maybe advice, that sort of thing. Let's figure out what's going on. What message, how about that? What message do we need to hear about our alignment as a collective? That one wanted to come out. Boop. That one did too. Oh, tower moment. All right. Let it crumble. Old ways are falling away. That's what I'm getting. Your old way of viewing everything. Yeah. I love it. This one wanted to come out too. Okay, let's start here as a collective. So we have the Fool. So the message here for getting into our alignment and how we need to do so is we want new beginnings. We want to connect with the way that we see our future now, instead of looking at the past, looking at how things were, maybe currently are, situations that have fell through, maybe things that are stagnant. This is kind of like taking a leap of faith with this kind of luck energy of just allowing ourselves to put faith in what we want, put trust behind it, and kind of free fall and let the universe kind of catch us. It's kind of interesting when you start putting what you want out and you verbalize it and you say, I want, a new job, for instance, and then subconsciously you start working toward those little things that are aligning you toward that. And sometimes you need to just trust the universe will guide you in the right direction. And sometimes, you can't see everything there. There we go. Sometimes the tower happens where everything has to fall apart or crumble down or has to feel like chaos in order for you to get it in alignment or get into that direction that you need to go. Sometimes you just need a push from the universe. So in order to kind of get what you want, you kind of have to leave your old habits behind. You need to leave, maybe it's people or relationships behind that aren't serving you good anymore, that aren't doing you any justice or service for what you want. Sometimes we have to change gradually, and that works, but sometimes we just need to have the rug pulled out from under us for us to take that leap of faith and risk it, because change is hard. Change can be difficult. Change can feel like utter chaos. But at the same time, you do not get to expand, you do not get to grow, you do not get to see anything outside of what you're currently in unless change happens. So, you can say, I want a new job, but if you aren't walking in the position that you want, like say you want to manage a retail store, you want to be a store manager, and if you aren't walking in that leadership position, if you aren't seeing yourself in that position, the universe says, do you really want it? Or are you kind of just saying that you want it and then hoping things are going to happen? So sometimes the universe likes to give us a little push to kind of open our eyes to get into the alignment. So the Page of Pentacles here is a reminder that if we are wanting a new way, if we are trying to get what we want, our wish fulfillment, all of that stuff, there's also slow progress that we need to take. There's also things that we need to do in order to get to where we want to go. That is patience, that is dedication to what we want, that's studying, that's planting the seed little by little and watching it grow. Wish fulfillment doesn't necessarily happen overnight. Same with, manifestation manifesting what you want, you don't always win the lottery right away, right? There's kind of like little things that you need to do in order to get on that path. So what I'm getting here is like, we've been so wishy-washy as a collective about what we really want, because right now the times are tough. Right now times are kind of chaotic in general, and we really don't know which way to go on the path. We're kind of all over the place. And what this is getting at is like, if you want the change, if you want the new beginning, if you want a new direction, you have to take that fork in the road. You have to go the other direction and know that little by little you're going to get there. That all change isn't bad. Change can be a great thing. Sometimes this means breaking what you know down to the foundation. It is taking a good look at your belief system. It's taking a good look about how your habits are changing and what you need to do as far as money goals, because this is Pentacles, we're talking money, education here, and curiosity and discovery with the Page of Swords, knowledge, changing your way of thinking, changing the way that you are looking at yourself and looking at how you view yourself. If you want to lose weight, if you want to bulk up, whatever the case may be, and you keep telling yourself, I'll never get my goal, I'll never get there, or you're not working on your goal every day and being consistent, because the Page of Pentacles, we love a good consistency. You're not going to meet those goals because you're not putting in the work, and the Page of Pentacles is all about putting in the work. So sometimes we need to break everything down to our foundation root and figure out, was this a belief that I was taught? Was this a belief that was something ingrained in me? Was this a thought or a habit that my community told me that I needed to believe? What do I really feel? How do I really see myself? And then get into the alignment mindset of what you're wanting. If you want to be a billionaire, billionaires are, well, I shouldn't use billionaires as an example. It's too soon. If you want to be a leader in your community, you don't sit on the sidelines. You make waves. If you want to fill in the blanks of what you want, walk in that alignment and watch how quickly the universe shifts in your favor. So take tonight and really think about, what are your goals? What do you want? If you could have any wish fulfilled right now, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? How would I be the walking example of it? How would I show up as that? Because if there is a specific way that you view yourself of what you want, you need to break everything down to figure out where you can build yourself back up into that way of being, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think you're going to start seeing a lot of new things become clearer. There's going to be a lot more clarity in what you want and what you view and how you see yourself, how you see your community, how you see your friends and family. I see you guys really breaking it down. Some of you might have a harder time with this than others, because the tower moment can feel different to everybody. Sometimes tower moments are, you know that they're coming, or they're the rug pulled out from under you. You might notice like, oh gosh, like work has given me less hours. What am I going to do? Or, relationship problems, but you've already noticed your relationship having issues prior to this. Don't always look at tower moments as a negative thing, because change isn't always negative. Sometimes we see things in a negative way in the moment. You ever have these, I'll catch back on chat in a minute. I'm just in my train of thought. So do you ever have these moments where, like, when you're in the tower moment and you're just like, oh man, like things are never going to be better. Like, why is this happening to me? Why is everything confusing? Everything's falling down around me. What am I going to do? And then like give it some time, like a couple months, even like 10 years later, you look back on that memory and you're like, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like in the moment, it felt like my world was caving in. But if I continued down that route, if I continued there, where I'd be. I'd be miserable. I'd be unhappy. I'd be, in a situation where I don't think I would be happy now. I was a different person then. So I just want you guys to think that if you're feeling like things are crumbling at the moment, this is not toxic positivity. This is not me telling you vibe higher. This is me telling you that it's not going to last forever. To have hope at the end of the day, because the card that comes after the Tower in the sequence of the major arcana is the Star card, which is all about hope and healing. So when we have these moments that feel like the weight of the world is caving in on us, we don't stay there for long. We feel what we need to feel. We transmute that energy into healing and into change. So hopefully that made sense. But at the end of the day, like, there's new beginnings happening all around. But we need to really take today to look inward and figure out what the goal is for us. Are we going to stay where we're unhappy? Are we going to continue to harbor toxic relationships? And now, toxic relationships don't have to be romantic. They could be friendships. They could be people who only come around when they need something for you, and you keep favoring this because it's your old friend and you've known them forever. It could be family. Sometimes family, just because they're family doesn't mean you need to keep them around. You can keep them at arm's length. We have talked so much the last couple times about boundaries that kept coming up. So today, I feel like that's where we're putting them in place. We're putting our boundaries where we need to have them in order to create this change and new beginning. And watch how quickly things will change for you once you start sticking up for yourself and for what you want. Because at the end of the day, we are delusional. Sometimes being in a delusional state of being, and I mean this in the most positive way, when we are in that manifesting, in that alignment, we become in its own way delusional, right? Where we're just like, okay, everything's in the present tense. I make $1,000 a day. I am a millionaire and all this. That is the delusional part, but in a positive way. You're trying to manifest in the present now because your subconscious mind doesn't know any different, right? All of this to say is walk in where you want to be. So if you want to be a leader, a manager, the CEO of your own company, start acting like it. Start making the plans. Start, figuring out how to make a schedule, how to do taxes, all of those things. Start now. Start walking in where you want to be and watch how quickly things can turn around for you. So hopefully all of that makes sense. Let me catch up real fast with chat because y'all have been going off. And then I will pull from the Oracle to see if we can have any confirmation with this and any other information. Hi, Mystified. Oh my gosh, how are you? Hi, Mimi. Yes, Mimi, I am doing readings. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about the kneecap. Ooh. Oh my gosh, 30 seconds to Mars. Wow, congrats. Hello, Melly Mel. Hi, how are you? Oh my gosh, Ferris. Wow, everybody. Oh my gosh, things have been crazy, right? Things have been going a little bit nuts. And I laugh because it's like we're all kind of going through our own similar tower moments right now. Not laughing at you, I never would. But it's just like we're kind of all in these moments. Yeah, just before coming on, I almost had to cancel. I almost thought that, oh shoot, I might have to postpone or come on later because my geriatric dog was having a really bad pain moment. And so I got him his own little baby Bjorn because he likes when he's in having a pain moment, he needs reaffirming and snuggies. And with my fibro, I can't hold him for very long. Like, my back gets done. So I got him his little baby Bjorn. It's specifically for pets, and he loves that thing. It took a while for him to get used to it, but it's really good for that feeling of closure and what did they call it? Anti-anxiety, but it's like a Snuggie for your dog. Anyway, needless to say, we were snugging for a while, and finally the medication kicked in and he was okay to be let out. And yeah, they don't prepare you for all of these things. So I had to like do a few like breathing exercises and all of that before I even started here, just because I was like, oh my God. It's like never fails. So yeah, the universe, God, goddesses, deities, they all like to test you, right? I laugh because if I don't, I will cry. Hello, Fox with a book. Oh, I'm glad. Hello, Celia. All right. This software, hi Mary. This software is the Streamlabs OBS, and I'm technologically challenged. So the fact that I got any of this to work was wonderful. It was a miracle. So I kind of have to fiddle around with everything. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to like set everything up. And it's a lot of trial by error, but by far this is like the easiest kind of like set up for me. And also it helps that I have like 2 webcams instead of like last year I was using the streaming software with my phone and had to do like a webcam app on my phone. It was just chaos. So I like things simple and easy. So if you are wanting to stream the Streamlabs OBS, perfect. They do like a free version and then they do a paid version. The paid version will get you all of these little templates that you can use for like your background and stuff. So I was paying for it for last year. Oh, thanks, Q. Yeah, he is, if I sit with him, he's like this. And so I even thought about it. I was like, oh, I'll keep him. If he needs me, he needs me. But like I tried. I could not. He's too rotund in the Bjorn. Oh, 9-year-old kitty. Oh. Oh, yeah, the seizures. Oh, thank you so much, Joanna. Oh, I really appreciate that. Oh, I'm glad. Hi, Jessica. Oh, the Snuggies help me so much. So much. And my younger dog, Walter, he's actually like the bigger dog, but younger in age. He's been such a sweet guy. He's usually attached to my hip during the day, but he like knows that my dog, my geriatric dog Simon, knows that, you know, he needs attention, and he can kind of understand like, okay, he's having his moment, like I need to back away. At first I thought there was going to be a lot of jealousy. He's good. He's a little angel baby. I love him so much. So let's see if we can get some confirmation in here for the collective. Yeah, I keep hearing boundaries in my head. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Like, some of you guys need to stand up for yourselves a little bit stronger than you have. I'm going to scold you. You got to remember, no is a complete sentence. You know, you have the right to your autonomy, regardless of what this country likes to say. So, you have the right to who has your time, who has your energy, who has your focus. You have the right to decide. And they have the right to not, to accept that. If that's, yeah, that makes sense? Yeah, sure. Confirmation, please, for the collective. Whoop! Oh, the Phoenix, we shall rise. And we got Failure's Muse. Oh, I love this deck. It's beautiful. This one wanted to come out. Divine Masculine. Yeah, step into your power. All right. Anything else? Any other cards you wanted to come out? Maiden Journey. Look at Okay, lots of cards wanted to come out. All right, so Phoenix, yeah. So, even though things might be feeling like they're crumbling around you right now, you will rise from this. It's only going to make us stronger. It's only going to put us more in that alignment that we are seeking, more into the path that we need to be on. The thing about the universe is we have free will. So it's not going to step in unless you ask it to step in. So if you're sitting here minding your business, hating life, hating your job, hating your relationship, hating this, hating that, and you don't ask and direct, whether you believe in a god, goddess, deities of any kind, angels, spirit guides, whatever the case may be, I'm going to refer it to spirit team. If you ask your spirit team for help, a direction, or if you ask for what you want, they're going to help guide you along that path. So sometimes we need to be like a phoenix and rise from the moments of our tower, right? And then failure's muse. I can't remember where I heard it or where I read it, because I've been reading a lot lately. Audiobooks. Reading. But they were talking about how failure is a necessary part of our existence. It's not a bad thing to fail. It's only bad if you don't learn from it. And we as a society see failure or mistakes as like the be all end all. Like, you're done, pack it up, go home. It's not worth it anymore. But when you think about how a child learns, there's so many mistakes, right? You aren't perfect at everything right out of the gate. You cannot possibly know everything, can do everything. You cannot, as a human being, be perfect. So having bouts of failures, making mistakes, Miss Frizzle up in my head right now saying, make mistakes, get messy. That's a part of learning. That's a part of growth. That's a part of being a human. We all have to have a little mud thrown in our face a little bit. Sometimes we get a little too proud. Sometimes we get a little too egotistical. And sometimes we need to be knocked down a few pegs. Sometimes we just don't know any better. Sometimes we, are finding our relationships through rose-colored glasses. We think we know what we want, and then it turns out they were a snake, or fill in the blank. But in my belief, I feel like people are put into your life for a reason. Everybody you meet, there's a lesson, there's a reason, there's something behind that interaction. And so if you look at mistakes and failures in a negative way, then you're not going to want to try to do something new. You're not going to want to try to explore things if you are always worried about making a mistake. I always worry that I'm not going to be able to relay the information to you correctly. But if I never came on here, if I never even tried, you guys wouldn't get any information. You know what I mean? So you have to think of your failures as opportunities. You can't lift 100 pounds right out the gate. You got to build up to it. You can't create Da Vinci's amazing artwork right out the gate. You got to build up to it. So don't look at failures as mistakes. Look at them as muses. Look at them as inspiration. Look at them as things that you can build off of. Because again, if you don't think your favorite people have made mistakes, I think a little ukulele could tell us differently. And that was shade, okay? That was crazy. Whew. All right, let's talk about Divine Masculine before I go on a rant. Divine Masculine is all about leadership, power, taking action, putting action behind our thoughts and what we want to manifest, stepping up as a leader, coming through for yourself, utilizing your strength. It could be even like tapping in deep into places that you haven't been before. We're talking about introspection. So maybe it's, looking at yourself as a warrior, looking at yourself as a survivor, looking at yourself as seeing how far you've come and then taking action to create more positivity into your life, more alignment into your life. Fill in the blank. There's just so much, right? So what I see with divine masculine isn't necessarily like a negative trait or anything like that. It's more of like pushing through, perseverance, taking charge of what you want, taking charge of your goals, your aspirations, your dreams. Maiden journey. This is like the Fool kind of to me. Very similar imagery, actually. Bookworms Unite. I just saw that. Maiden journey. Take off. Take a risk. Take a leap. The universe will catch you. I know it's easier said than done, and in the July's pick a card reading, there was a lot of this too, where it's like, you've got options. You've got a lot of places to go, things to do. What's holding you back? What is holding you back from, flying on a magic carpet and going into the direction that you want to go? Being magical. You can have $1 in your pocket, but you can still act as though you have $1 million. And again, everything is easier said than done when you think about it logically. But remember, we're being delusional today. We are wanting to manifest amazing things. So in order for us to, be in where we want to be in on this new path, on this new journey, we've got to actually take that leap. We've actually got to put action behind it. Hi, Van! Sorry, let me catch up on the chat. I always feel bad. But when I'm in a zone, I'm in a zone. Oh. Yeah, no is a complete sentence. It's a struggle for me too, I'm of the mindset, hey, Jaslyn, hi. I'm of the mindset of like, I don't have the energy for it anymore. I can't. I'm out of spoons. I am literally out of emotional and physical spoons. I cannot with you today. Or, no, I don't have the time. Sorry. And you don't have to be snarky about it. You don't have to be a bee about it, right? But no is no. No is no is no. You don't need to have an excuse to go along with it. So I know, especially women too, we're taught that, be nice. You always got to have like a nice explanation. Otherwise, they're going to take it the wrong way, or we're in danger, right? Because, we're women. Don't go off on a rant. Don't go off on a rant. So we always have this mindset of people pleasing, and boundaries are like a negotiable thing for women, right? No, knock it off. Boundaries are boundaries are boundaries. And so, obviously take it with a grain of salt, be cautious about it, use your intuition when it comes to how you need to set those boundaries, right? Because some people take it easier than others, but at the end of the day, no means no means no, and a boundary is a boundary. Hi, pretty bug. All right. Oh, you got a new place, Van? That's exciting. Congrats. Never let success get to your head. Never let failure get to your heart. That is the perfect quote right now, Joanna. All right. Disney vibe. Disney adults unite. Are you part of the echelon? No, back in the day, I listened to 30 Seconds of Mars, but it's not been a prominent band that I've ever really listened to. Like, a couple songs here and there, back when I was traveling to and from to my cosmetology school. Oh my God, the early aughts. So Psyche, we have Psyche here. So this is literally about like trusting your intuition. And also, if we're on the topic of manifestation, like really doing your visualization work, doing your intention setting, doing, the work behind the manifestation. So listen to your gut. If your gut is telling you, I don't want to do this anymore, or I don't like this person anymore, I don't like who I am in this environment, there's a reason why. your body and your subconscious are like, you need to leave. You need to get out of this situation. I've started doing this thing, and it sounds really bizarre. It sounds really weird. But again, I've been doing a lot of like reading. I'll say listening, but you know what I mean. About like just really only doing the things that I want to do in the moment. So I'm not saying this will work for everybody, and I'm not really sure if it's really working for me right now. I'm trying it out. But if you can, maybe on your day off, see how your day goes if you only do the things that you want to do in that moment. So for instance, say you had like a bunch of things that you wanted to get done in like chores over the weekend, or maybe an event, and you're like, I don't want to go, I don't want to do that, I want to do this instead. Try it and see if your manifestations come in better, or see if your day gets better, or if you feel better. Sometimes there are days when all I want to do is zone out the world and crochet. Some days I don't want to do anything. There's days where I'm like, I want to do this, that, I want to get all of this cleaned, and then at the end of the day I feel so great. There are days where I'm like, I can't film today. I know if I film, I'm going to, put out a really bad video. So I'm going with it. Regardless of deadlines that I set for myself, I'm going with the flow of my desire. And honestly, it's been freeing, and it's been a wonderful, different way of looking at the world, because then I find myself coming into alignment with what I really do want. And it's like I see things a little bit clearer. I'm not fogged in with like the, oh God, I got to do this again, or I got to talk to, this important person at the bank, or, I got to do this appointment over here. And it's like, no, I'm not in the mood today. I'm not going to do it, within reason, obviously. And like I said, on your day off, try it, because we can't always be like, well, I don't want to go to work today. I don't want to pay my bills. So when you have the opportunity to decide what you really want to do, and you have obligations, see whether or not those obligations still fit in with what you want to do in that moment, and experiment with it. Like I said, I'm experimenting with it right now, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, just a thought with the whole Psyche thing, with that vibe. And again, there's butterflies in the imagery, so it's making me think of transformations, new beginnings, kind of letting your old self die away. Think of yourself as the butterfly. What do butterflies do when they're caterpillars? They go into a chrysalis and they have their tower moment, and everything dissolves, and they are like literally reborn into a new creature. So what are we doing today to provide us the opportunities that we want in the future? Because at the end of the day, all we've got is the present moment. So how are we going to walk in the way that we want to see ourselves? So that is what I'm going to leave you with as a collective. Pretty interesting things. Like, you guys, similar experiences, similar situations going on. Let's see here. Put you aside. I'm going to take this incense out because, oof, giving me a headache right now. I have the door shut. So now all the demons are running around in here. No. I swear. You can't take me anywhere. How is everybody feeling now? Sorry, I'm going to catch up on chat. I mean, I would be excited too if I got my tickets to a band that I wanted to go see. No, don't apologize. I'm going to Stevie Nicks in December. I was supposed to see her in March, but due to illnesses in the band, she had to postpone it. And so we're like, oh, great, we're not going to see her. Thank God got rescheduled to December. So I'm very looking forward to that. Hi, Richard. Hello. From the future. I love it. I mean, hey, if you want to try your luck with the lottery, you absolutely could. Sometimes restrict how we think when we have the to-do list. Yeah, and I mean, I think everybody has a different way of perceiving their to-do list, right? Some people are really excited about it and they're like, yes, I get to check it off. I get to do this, that, and the other. Myself, to-do lists have turned into like anxiety inducing because like I always forget something. I always feel like I'm running over with time. Like I feel like there's always something more adding to my to-do list. So like every time I check an item off, there's another one I add on. So it's daunting, but it gets done, right? Practicing meditating with whatever emotion is there. After years of serious mental health issues, it's been eye-opening to be able to express quote-unquote negative emotions and still feel safe. You know what? That's beautiful. Absolutely. So the thing about negative emotions, like, you'll never catch me like saying anything like, oh, you can't ever be in a quote-unquote negative emotion. Feel it. Like, we're humans. We have to go through these emotions as a part of life. It's a part of experience. Like, it took me a while to understand that, you know, it's part of the duality of the human experience. Just like there's a sun, there's night. Just like, you know, there's good things that happen, there's also bad things that happen. And not to sound too toxic positivity, but there really is something to be said about, you know, having a bad experience helps you appreciate the good things that you do have in life. And that's why a lot of the times when we discuss manifestation or law of attraction, we talk about gratitude, because sometimes it's so easy to forget how good we actually do have it. And your spirit team wants you to appreciate what you do have, because when you appreciate what you have, I sound like my parent right now, but when you appreciate what you do have, more things will come to you because they know that you can take care of it. Do you ever like think to yourself, okay, you know, like when you clean your house and how everything feels amazing, like everything feels so good, and you're like, oh man, like, or redecorating your place and like spending time in it, and then like you just feel so much happier and better, and you're like, man, I love my environment now, I love this space. You feel better and you feel more at peace. It's like that. Take care of the things that you want to manifest. If you want a new car, take care of the car that you have right now. Show your spirit team, universe, whatever, that you're ready to take on a new responsibility with a bigger, better, cleaner, newer car, right? Because if you show appreciation for the heap of metal that you have in your driveway right now, if you can love that, then like the law of attraction, I know it sounds so woo-woo, it sounds so ridiculous, but it does work. Like, I've experienced it. When you take care of these things and you want an upgrade, the universe is like, cool, you know, took care of this, you showed appreciation, you're thankful for it, here you go. But if you keep complaining about it and you're like, God, you know, I keep having to do an oil change, I can't do the oil change right now, I gotta get new tires, gosh, like blah 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 blah, and you complain, then the universe is like, okay, cool, like, you're not ready to take care of this new car. Like, this new car, those wheels, you gotta take care of those tires. You know, it's got a whole different system. You know, you're going from a Honda to a Tesla. There's a huge difference in quality there. You know, not that I'm a Tesla fan or anything. That was the first different car that I could think of. So yeah, so I got off track, but walk in how you envision your future self. Be in gratitude. Be in the appreciation for what you do have, because it will in turn show you more things to be grateful for and more gratitude for. So there is something to be said about that. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to preach like, you know, you got to be thankful for your ooh, I almost cussed. Your horrible friendship and all that stuff, but you can be thankful for the lessons that it's taught you, for the growth that it gave you emotionally, that sort of thing. There is something to be said about finding a positive in the negative, but at the same time, you need to be able to feel those negative emotions. That's where we were going. So there's no such thing as, you know, to think your way out of a negative emotion. Emotion is energy. You have to let it flow. You have to let it go through. You cannot just switch it and, oh, you know, I'm feeling sad today, but I gotta put on a happy face, and I just, you know, you're still feeling sad inside even though you have that fake smile on. You have to let it flow. You cannot just switch it over at a drop of a hat. Like there's so much that goes into this, right? So anywho, sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm going back. The outside noise is so loud we can't hear our intuitive voice, if that makes sense. Yes. Oh, Suri, and I'm so glad you're here. Going with the flow is something I need to work on. I'm 60 years old, and I thought by now I'd be better at being my own woman and not giving a damn. You know, Jessica, it's always going to be a work in progress. We as humans are always works in progress. That's what we're here on Earth to experience. We're not here to experience perfection. And so if you are struggling with going with the flow, there may be a reason that, or a lesson maybe that you haven't figured out yet. It's hard to kind of just be, right? And especially the way that our society is. And I keep harping about society because, listen, this all needs to change, and I'm so upset with how the world is going. But you can kind of see how someone of your age group has experienced all that they've experienced in the world and still have trouble, right? Because we've been conditioned to think a certain way, to do a certain thing, that especially women, we have been told that we're only useful for certain things and that we are only here to be, you know, of service to men, right? That sort of a thing. There's a whole patriarchy system. No offense to any of the men here. I'm not talking about you specifically, but there's a system that has taught us and ingrained within us that we are always needing to be on alert. We are always needing to be a certain way. And so going with the flow is harder. And especially now with how, you know, everything is costing so much, it's hard to kind of like alleviate that stress and just let things go moment to moment and be in the present moment, you know? So it's something that maybe you have to be consciously aware of every time you feel like you can't let it go. Maybe ask yourself, okay, why do I feel like I can't be in the moment? Why can't I just surrender to this and kind of work backwards and kind of, what is that phrase? Reverse engineer the feelings and the thought process that goes with it. And, you know, like I said, we're always a work in progress. So we're not going to be perfect, and we're definitely not going to, you know everything right away and just relax automatically. It's always something that we're going to consistently change and develop and work on and grow. That is the point of being here. And honestly, the more that I see my experience, I feel like just humans in general, we're put here to learn and to enjoy it. Like, our whole purpose of being a human is just to be, right? And unfortunately, it's not easy to do that right now. But I'm hoping that we can all kind of build it up, right? Okay. Oh, I'm glad. Q, who is DMB? I'm so sorry. Or what is DMB? I cannot process what the acronym is for. Hey, might actually win that giveaway, Pearl. Oh, I'm so glad, Ferris. Oh, Fox with a book. I mean, you guys know we keep it 100 around here. We are only about uplifting, right? We are working through our traumas. We are working through our difficult times, but we are supportive. Oh, what is the most common question my clients ask, or weird unexpected questions? I mean, I could really just answer that right now. I mean, I'm not going to say anything specific, but like, it's mostly to do with relationships, to be honest, like, you know, or work related, just that sort of a thing. But when I'm working with people that I don't know, that's mostly what it's about. When I'm working with friends or family, I kind of have a little bit of a more of a looser interaction with them because I know them on a deeper level. So if they ask me a certain or more specific question, then I will kind of go with it and allow it more. So like, for instance, for the public, I don't read for like pregnancies. I don't read for health. I don't read for legal issues. I read more so like, I want to call it surface level stuff because there's a legality that goes with it on my end. I don't want to divine something and then, you know, because their decisions differ. Because remember, when we're reading for the present moment and what we're doing, what path we're on right now, right? So if I'm telling somebody like, oh, I see pregnancy, like I can confirm that that's what I see right now, and then they end up not having that happen or something goes wrong, I don't want to be on the receiving end of a lawsuit, or I don't want my credibility damaged or anything like that. So I don't, and I have those parameters because not everybody would do that. Not everybody would seek like legal or name bashing or review bashing, but on the off chance that it does happen, I would much rather not have, I would be hands off. So if you are doing it for your friends and family and you give them that caveat of being like, okay, if you want to know if, you know, your health issues are going to be better, or you know, your fertility, this, that, and the other, I'm more comfortable doing that because I can let them know your decisions right now, the path that you're going, the direction that you're taking, this is what it's looking like. But should you steer off of that direction or make a different, you know, decision, things might change. I cannot give you a, you know, full confirmation that this is going to happen. So they understand. They're not going to, you know, sue me or give a bad review or anything, or like destroy my business, right? So there's a little bit of a difference of, you know, friends and family that I know on a deep personal level versus public and strangers I don't know. So I would say that the most common, it has to do with relationships, and it has to do with career and potential opportunities involved with that. But I do get random ones here and there too, but I do not read and tell other people. Like, your readings are confidential. Your readings, I will probably forget about them. So like, if you do a reading with me, I will not remember 3 months ago when I gave you that reading what I said. Just in one ear, out the other. Hi, Lori. How are you? Sorry, I'm just the speak catching up. Oh, Dave Matthews Band. Okay. Show your world to me. Yes, Santiago, yes. Right, we can tell you it's going to rain, but it's up to you if you get wet or not. Absolutely. Absolutely, for real. And like I said, most of the time, like, I don't think that the general public that isn't within the tarot community will understand that. And so that's why those legalities are there, those parameters are there, because the average person who isn't doing tarot readings for themselves or doesn't really have a full grasp of what goes on, they only know what they see in the movies or in, you know, media, that sort of a thing, or what their friend or neighbor has told them about the psychic up the street that they went to, right? So I think if you are going to do this as far as a business, or, you know, through festivals, or however you want to see fit, that you definitely have to give those parameters. And also, you know, explanation is perfectly fine too if they don't understand why you can't do it. And the other caveat I will say is, if you are starting out and people do not like how you read for them, that's okay. Don't take it to heart, because there are so many readers that are talented and amazing, but you just might not vibe with them. You just might like the way that they read for you or how they explain things. Some people are very, very blunt, and some people sugarcoat, and some people are right in the middle. Some people will give you no explanation as to what the cards mean, and some people will give you a full-on depth informational, kind of like how I do it, because I want you to understand where I'm picking up the energy. So just, you know, if you don't vibe with a person, like if you don't vibe with my readings, I don't take it personally, because I know that there are people that do. I come at it and I approach my readings like a friendship, like, you know, like we're talking now. Like, I want to make sure we are connecting on that level, instead of, you know, from like a fake kind of point of view, or very, very blunt. Surian, you've had a couple readings from me privately, so they can attest to, like, you know, there's a lot going on when you get your reading back from me. So I want to make sure that you get your money's worth and you understand how I'm reading. But there are other people that give you 3-card reading and it's like, okay, 2-3 sentences, which is completely fine. But that's why I'm saying, like, don't take it to heart if people don't vibe with what you're putting down, because like I said, everybody's talented. There's so many of us now that can create communities and vibe with certain people. I don't know why, but this image just popped in. You know those restaurants that have the paid waitresses that are mean to you on purpose, and people go to be like heckled and be degraded at their mealtime? Some people like having mean readers, or having people that are very, very blunt. Like, it's just, and me, I would be mortified if I went there and somebody was, you know, degrading me. So like I said, there is a reader for everyone. So if somebody doesn't vibe with you, take it as a win, because now you know that, you know, they were never going to be satisfied, right? Just like in retail, just like in the food industry, there are some people that they just will not be satisfied. So yes, sorry, rants, tangents. All right. You guys are so welcome. Alrighty. There's one in Boston. That's probably what I'm thinking about, is the Boston one. Yeah. I think this SNL did a skit on it with John Mulaney. They did a parody of it. Crazy. It was funny. Anywho, let's start the readings, shall we? Oh, thank you, Surian. I appreciate it. Alrighty, let me see who was first. Yeah, it's been a while since I've listened to Dave Matthews, so no wonder I didn't understand the... Okay, Pia. Thank you, Rowan. Thank you. Everybody thank Rowan for being an amazing mod. Let's see what message we've got for Pia. boundaries? Are you standing up for yourself? Oh, we've got Ace of Cups. Let's get one more here. All right. I read with the threes as you, message and advice here. So 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself, giving yourself boundaries, protecting yourself, whether that means protecting your ideas, your creativity, your passions, protecting who you are as a person. But 7 of Wands, this is standing up for yourself and standing up for what you want and what you believe in. Ace of Cups, this is a wonderful message, actually. So if you stand up for what you want, what you believe in, and you have boundaries, this creates new opportunities for new friendships, new relationships, new people to come into your life to provide you fulfillment and to be on the same wavelength. So if you're looking for a romantic relationship, definitely could see that happening if you stand up for your values, your morals, what you want. If you're looking for new connections in general, that will be happening. But the 5 of Wands, this is a advice situation. So it's like, don't listen to the BS. There's always going to be some sort of conflict or competition. Don't be in that, right? Don't listen to the negative Nancys. Don't listen to the people who think that they're better than you. Weed them out because you don't want to deal with that. Again, this is not the environment that you want to harbor. You want to harbor boundaries, standing up for yourself, because at the end of the day, when you're talking about like manifesting a relationship, for instance, I do see some sort of romantic relationship here. If you're wanting to have like your ideal mate, you need to be in communication with what you want and how you what your expectations are. So regardless of whether you just want new connections in general, you need to be able to communicate what your boundaries are, what you're okay with and what you're not okay with, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to be able to read your mind, and there might be conflict within that if you don't. So all relationships are going to struggle if you don't say what you mean, what you want, and what your boundaries are. So if we're talking about relationships romantically, like what is a no? I don't want to say it like this, but like, what is a turn off? Like, what are your expectations? And communicate clearly. And don't settle for less. Don't settle for less than what your boundaries or for what you want and what your expectations are. Because again, like, we're weeding that out. We don't want that anymore. Don't listen to toxic people. Don't, the word that I'm thinking of is not coming, but don't incubate that. Don't allow, the word is on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Don't allow the toxic people to fester, and allow yourself to actually rid yourself of that, and know that since there's a 5 here as the advice, that's change as well. So you got a 7. Today is 7-7. Sorry. Look inward as well. Okay. So at the end of the day, new relationships are coming. And if you are hoping to have a romantic relationship, definitely set your expectations to where they need to be. Do not settle for less in any relationship. That goes for everybody. If you have friendships that are one-sided, get rid of it. If you are communicating clearly about, your expectations and your friends aren't meeting it, bye. You do not have time for that anymore. There's a relationship works both ways. There has to be the mutual benefits. Hi, Jake. How are you? Super girly, you just ask. Rowan will put you in the list. Oh, she already did it. All right, so we got Ferris next. Okay. Hi, Natalie. Oh, it's Pentacles as the card representing you. That's wonderful to see. So this is really you allowing yourself to indulge a little bit. Focus on you. Get into that self-care mindset. I know you mentioned struggling a little bit with things. So it might be in your best interest to take some time for yourself and not feel guilty about it. A lot of the times we can get to feel selfish for taking time for ourselves, which I always say it's never selfish to take time for yourself, because if you are somebody who likes to give to other people and your cup is empty, how are you going to give to other people, right? So fill your own cup and allow yourself to take time for you and indulge. Treat yourself. An indulgement and a treat doesn't need to be costing you thousands of dollars. If you haven't read that book that's been sitting on your shelf for 5 years and you've been meaning to get to it every year, do it. That's a treat yourself moment. If that means you go to Crumble Cookie and get yourself, all of the cookies of the week, that's a treat yourself moment. However it looks like for you, indulge. Allow yourself that self-care time. You've earned it, and you need to allow it. Queen of Swords energy as your message. Be in your power. There's going to be more clarity coming to you. There's going to be more of the inner wisdom coming to light. And I say that because we have the Strength card here as the advice. I think you're going to start finding yourself walking in your own power, in your own authority here. And just know, how do I want to word this? It's the image is in my head and it's not coming out. Clarity is the big picture that I'm seeing. And I think you're going to find the answers that you've been worried about for a while, or that have been elusive. So the sword up in the air is the connection to your thoughts, right? To the knowledge, to the wisdom, to your power. The facts are coming. And stepping into your own authority and know that you have what it takes to create what you want and to be who you want is going to be pertinent here. Because I feel the guilt here. I feel there's some guilt for stepping back and for wanting to do what you want to do and wanting to be in your own, I don't want to say fantasy world because that's not what it is, but it's when you go in your head and you're in your own imagination and you create this world in there. It's your thoughts are creating your reality and you're stepping into that right now. And the Strength card is just the advice to tap into that inner wisdom, tap into that vulnerability, tap into that the storage that you have that is there to help push you through to this. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense, because what I'm seeing is kind of hard to relay. But yeah, definitely not feeling guilty for you wanting what you want and being who you're being. Did I miss Q? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Definitely I will get to you after this. I totally bloop the way I read it. I'm so sorry. Okay, so yeah, tap into your inner strength. I think everything will start becoming more clear to you. I think you're going to start living in your power, living in your truth. Listen to your own inner wisdom and allow yourself to treat yourself. I am so sorry, Q. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get you that reading. And you had a specific question, I see. Okay. Okay, let's see if you should step back or stay. I will say sometimes, relationships just work their way out. It doesn't mean that just because they're a good person doesn't mean you should stay. Does that make sense? I think I already know what your answer is going to be, but if you're already feeling like it's run its course, there might be a reason behind that. So let's see. Okay, so we have the Magician representing you. So this is all about, being the one who has all the skills, the tools they need to create what they want, do what they want. It's like the master manifester. At the end of the day, it comes down to what you want to create. Because again, we have create all through here. The Empress is about nurturing and creativity, creation, I should say, as well as birthing something into light, right? Divine feminine energy, self-care energy. And then we have Page of Cups, which is the advice. And this is about listening to your intuition and allowing your creativity to flow through. Finding the joy in the little things. Sorry, I think that was my dog. Honestly, what it looks like to me is it could go either way. You could literally step away and be okay with it, or you can continue and be okay with it. I know this is not much help. Let me just see. Sometimes we just need a clarifier card. You already know what you want to do. You already know the answer. Whenever this comes up as a clarification card, it's like you already know. So how do you really feel? Like, go inward and really take a look about this relationship. If you feel like it's ran its course, then it's run its course. Like, they could be the best person in the world, but if you only see them as a friend, or if you don't feel romantically toward them anymore, then aren't you doing both of you a disservice by staying? Like, if you aren't absolutely 100% in the relationship, if you're already thinking about, walking away, it does them a disservice because they don't know. And then, there's also that guilty feeling that you're inadvertently putting on them, because if you're already out of the relationship but you're staying because they're a good person, then it's like they feel guilty for inadvertently making you stay. So regardless, I think you already know where you stand, and maybe you need to sit with it a little bit more to see what you really want to do, because at the end of the day, it's up to you. At the end of the day, it is your decision whether you stay or whether you go. I see nothing but positive in either direction. Do you create the next phase of your life together? Do you nurture this relationship? Or do you allow that self-care vibe to carry over into your own personal life and focus on you and nurture you for the moment? But either way, listen to your intuition, listen to your gut. You are the creator of what you want to do. I hope. I hope I wasn't insensitive, because I didn't mean to come across as insensitive. It's okay, Faye. It's okay to feel. It's like you can't. I think we need to get off of this whole train of I can only think positive thoughts. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel upset. It's okay to feel frustrated, angry, mad. But it's how you let those emotions flow. It's how you turn those emotions into something else that helps soothe you, to help get you through. Like I said, we're supposed to feel these things. If we weren't supposed to feel these things, then why were we allowed to do so? Right? There's nothing wrong with us for having quote unquote negative emotions or an upset feeling. We're reacting to what happened. We're reacting to an event. We're reacting to a person. That's natural. That's supposed to happen. So you can't just turn it like a switch. It will not ever go that way. And people who tell you, oh, just think positive thoughts, or, oh, but such and such has it worse, doesn't matter. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. Just don't stay there. Just don't set up camp. All right. Bye, Ferris. Have a great night. Who am I reading for next? Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, sometimes we have big feelings. Darth Vader had big feelings. And had he allowed himself to work through them in a way that made sense, maybe it would have been different. Okay, so Faye. All right, let's see what we got for Faye. I'm just twiddling the cards around. Let's see. But this one came out. Oh, we have the Wheel of Fortune. We love to see it. So right now you're in a new, things are changing. So the new cycle is here. So, we talked about big feelings. We talked about negative things that have happened and that we're all kind of, struggling. But what comes up must come down, and what is down must come up. That is basically the meaning of the Wheel of Fortune card here, is that everything changes, everything fluctuates, and you can't see. Everything fluctuates, right? It's how we make these big decisions, right? The wheel will always turn. We talked about it earlier with, the sun and the night, right? We have day and we have night. So that's essentially what the Wheel of Fortune is saying. There's always this duality. There's always going to be this up and down. So if you feel like you are currently in an up and down, don't worry. You're not going to be down for that long. So I want, obviously, with the Queen of Pentacles here for the advice, like, you're not going to be down for long. The message here is the High Priestess. And so this is really going inward, listening to your intuition, listening to your gut, getting in contact with your spiritual team, trusting yourself and trusting your spiritual team, whether that's also including your higher self or the universe, fill in the blanks. But it's really knowing, that inner knowing that everything's going to turn out okay. Everything's going to be all right. Because again, what comes up must come down, and what comes down must come up. So you're in a fluctuation, things are changing, things are happening, and they're happening for you. In whatever way you want to look at it, there's always this Wheel of Fortune event where it's like, okay, you got to grab the wheel, you got to spin it, and make sure you make the best out of it. Make sure whatever the situation you're in, you make the best out of it. So with the High Priestess, this is really about like listening to your intuition and allowing yourself to trust that everything's going to work out okay. Trust that it's going to be in your best interest, and, move accordingly. We talked about going with the flow, and this might be your opportunity to really allow yourself to sit and figure out how to surrender a little bit to that. Connect with your divine feminine. Be okay with not knowing the whole big picture. Because sometimes we can think we know what we want, and we know what direction it's going to go, and the world will throw a curveball at us. But the Queen of Pentacles energy, this is the advice: to be comfortable. I just got the be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And what that means is, like, you're never going to be, I don't want to say it like that, but it's like, everything's going to be constantly changing. Nothing stays the same. Nothing stays the same. So when you're comfortable with not knowing everything, when you're comfortable with the mystery of life, when you're comfortable in knowing that everything could change tomorrow, everything gets a little bit easier, because again, you learn to appreciate what you have, you learn to appreciate the lessons and things, you begin to appreciate what you do know Also, the Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody who is very generous with their time, with their love, with their money. So spend some time with yourself, spend some time on yourself, do some self-care routine, and if you have it in you, utilize that with other people as well. So spend some time nurturing what you need to nurture, what you feel you need to nurture. I'm also getting grounding, so whatever makes you feel centered right now, whether it is going out and gardening, going for a walk with your dog, going and spending time in nature, or meditating, whatever grounding looks like to you, but getting back to center will help the flow go easier. Sorry, I was just making sure I was seeing everything. Oh, bye, Q. Have a great night. Thank you for being here. Hi, Sunshine Girl. Hi, Namiko. Namiko or Namiko? All right. I'm going to cut it off at Sunshine Girl because I want to make sure I can get to everybody. Bye, Santiago. Have a great night. All right, Faye, hopefully that makes sense. Take some time for yourself. Allow yourself that self-care time. That's going to be important. Yeah, my voice is starting to go, so I want to make sure I get to everybody that's already asked. All right, Holly's next. Emotional fulfillment. We're aligning with that. Okay. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So emotional fulfillment, are you looking toward aligning with that, or is that where you are seeing yourself going? But either way, you're looking for things that are going to make you feel good, make you feel like you have a purpose, and that it is making you feel complete, kind of like a wish fulfillment. The message here with the Five of Swords is like, pay attention to who is, I don't want to say like who's out to get you, because that's not what I mean, but like there's that saying that hurt people hurt people. So pay attention to like who's jealous, who is in your business that has no business being in your business. Pay attention to who wants to climb the ladder and who will do whatever they can to, make sure that they come out on top, because that's not going to bring you any fulfillment emotionally. It's just going to cause you stress. So if you are trying to weed out people in your life, or if there's people already in your life that you are sus about, try to get them out, because what this looks like to me is a lot of conflict and a lot of trying to win for the wrong reasons. If you're trying to find happiness in other people, that's not the route to go. The route is finding happiness within yourself and for what you want to do. Don't listen to your negative thoughts either. Don't listen to, the negative beliefs, the limiting beliefs, all of that stuff. That's just going to create more chaos in your cauldron. So there are people that you should probably look at kicking out of your inner circle. But also you need to kick those negative thoughts out of your inner circle. Know that you're valid, know that you're worthy, know that you deserve everything that's coming to you. So if you want genuine happiness and you want fulfillment, you'll get there. You just have to stop putting so much pressure on yourself and putting so many limiting beliefs inside your head and listening to them. Knock it off. And also stop allowing your inner circle to take advantage of your good nature, take advantage of what you want to do. I don't know why I'm getting coworker too. There might be some coworkers in your life that are catty, that are, just gossip people, and don't pay any attention to them. They're just going to drag you down with them, and you don't want that. This Ace of Swords here came out too. So this is new beginnings and new clarity. So once you start getting rid of like all of this energy, you're going to see things in a new perspective and see things in a new clarity way, that you're going to have that direction to find the happiness that you want and the fulfillment that you want. So if you're trying to find your like a fulfilling job, for instance, like you're miserable at a job. I don't know why I'm getting that, but once you weed out of this and you get rid of the imposter syndrome, easier said than done, you're going to find new clarity about how to go about your situation. So at the end of the day, negative thoughts, no. Negative people, no. You will find your happiness and your fulfillment if you get rid of that. And it'll come with a new beginning and new clarity. Oh, taking back your power. I love it. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but at the same time, yeah, don't beat yourself up over it. All right, Syrian. Oh, you are so welcome. Yeah, look into the coworker situation. I don't know why, like, gossip. Something to do with gossip and coworker. So I don't know why that's coming through really strong, but I just have to repeat that for some reason. Okay, Syrian, let's see what's going on. Oh, so I'm getting too distracted by watching chat. It's getting past my bedtime. No. I have, like, my schedule keeps changing because of my dog, so it's just like a struggle pants every day figuring out his schedule and stuff because it always changes. Okay, message for Syrian. And then we had the 4th of July this week, so sleep has not been had. At a time, please. Thank you. All right, Syrian, what is going on? Get out of your brain. This one did come out too. I might as well. Okay, 8 of Swords here. So something is feeling blocked. Something is making you feel trapped. I feel like you're all in your head for some reason. You are definitely overthinking something. And it's not allowing you to see the bigger picture. So with the 4 of Pentacles here as the message, there's something that you're holding on too tightly to. There's something that you are focusing on too much that has like no value to what you need right now. It's like it's doing you more harm than good, that you're something that you're holding on to too tightly. You're not allowing it to let go. And I feel like that's the key. Like if you let go of it, if you don't hoard it, if you're not constantly focusing on it, you're going to be able to have some clarity and kind of like escape this mind prison that you have going on. The 5 of Wands too is like you're creating more conflict than needs to be within what you're going on. Like it's almost like when you just have like a ball of yarn in your brain. Like it just feels like it's all entangled, and like you keep focusing on like, okay, I'm never going to untangle this. I'm never going to untangle this. And you're just focused on that. It's almost like you're creating the trapped feeling. Does that make sense? Okay. Guilt. Okay. Yeah, no, let it go. Because that's what's creating all of this. The advice here is like, you're your own undoing right now. You're your own conflict. You're your own, you're creating all of the chaos in a sense. So also the Knight of Swords wanted to come out, and it's like, this is the energy of like just charging forward. Just keep going. Just focus on something else. Because like, again, interesting how we have focus come up twice here for you, because it's like you're focusing on the wrong thing. You need to focus on something else and move toward that. So guilt is hard. Guilt is a interesting emotion, because sometimes we self-impose the guilt, right? So there's that saying like, you always think other people are thinking of you in a negative way when they're not thinking of you at all, right? We're always so worried about what other people think, when in reality, they're thinking about their own BS that they've got going on. So when you're holding on to something that as heavy as that, and you're not allowing yourself to be free of it, that's the only thing you can focus on, and that's the only that you're going to continue to go around and around and around with it. You need to let go and focus on something else. Easier said than done, but at the same time, if you've already apologized or if you've already kind of come to terms with it, the guilt should dissipate. The guilt needs to go. If it has to do with shame, remember, nobody can shame you but you. Like, you need to find a way, again, easier said than done, find a way to focus on maybe the lesson that came out of this, or the new direction that you're going into. But a new focus is going to switch everything out and allow you to alleviate some of that. Sorry, just wanted to make sure I was caught up. But yes, I feel like guilt too is kind of like different for everyone, right? Because like somebody can do something so minute and so like flippant and then beat themselves up for 10 years over it, while other people can be so cruel and antagonizing and just awful and feel no guilt over it. So you're literally creating your own mind prison. If you've made amends, if you've apologized, if you have atoned, so to speak, and discussed it with whatever happened, then allow yourself to let go. You did what you could in the moment, or you did what you thought was the right thing to do in the moment. Everything after that, again, we're human. You cannot possibly hold on to something like that for that long, because again, it's going to just eat you up, and we can't have that. We've got experiences to have, we got places to go, we've got people to meet. Like, we can't have you all up in your mind. All right, Mimi, okay, open to anything, but would like your partner and I. Okay, the next steps are, let's see. Sometimes we just gotta step out of our own way. And I say this from experience. I overthink a lot. Like, to the point where sometimes it's not healthy. I have plan A all the way to plan Z, 300. Like, I have to overthink everything all the time. And you know what? That's exhausting. And we need to stop that. So, I don't know if you're the same as I am, but we need to get out of our own way sometimes. Okay, Mimi, let's see. Mimi and her partner. Come on, let's go. Oh! I love that came out for you. confirming that we're talking about your relationship. I love to see this card. It's so cute. Two of Cups, relationship, harmony, wonderful to see. Union, happy. I feel like you and your partner are definitely a good fit for each other. Thank you so much, Surian. Oh my gosh. Definitely are in harmony with what you want with each other. So it's great to see that. As far as next steps, I mean, I don't really have like a specific thing, but the star is all about hope and healing. So if there were any bumps in the road that you guys have had as far as like, and I'm not seeing like huge relationship tips or anything, but it's more like, maybe there were setbacks with your plans that you had. So for instance, if you were planning on buying a house, there was a setback because you got outbid, or, things aren't going the speed that you want it to go. Don't lose out hope. Don't get down by it, because what you're doing and where you're at right now is great. Like, it's all coming together. So just have hope that things are going to work out in the way that they're meant to work out. I don't see anything negative at all here, which is fantastic. I see a lot of healing. You guys might be like, when you get on the same wavelength with somebody and you kind of see each other, like you see yourself in your partner, and you had similar experiences, like you both had the same kind of childhood, being brought up in the same way, had similar experiences in your childhood, maybe have similar fears. I see you guys healing each other's like inner child too. Like there's something about you and your partner that connect on a deeper level than just, like, oh, I just love him. No, like there's like a deep connection there. There's like a healing that's going on below the surface. And you might have noticed it, that like I'm not sure. Your partner notices like the little things that you do, and like it just flows really well. It just makes sense. Gotcha. Yeah. Good night, Surian. Thank you so much. I think you just, definitely have had some things that, you thought you were going to be able to get done and happen, and they just they fell through. And don't let that get you down. It's not the relationship issues. It has nothing to do with that. Just hold out hope, because, for instance, I don't know why I'm using the house situation, but that wasn't, if you were going for a specific house and you got outbid, that wasn't the house that you were meant to have. It's along your path. You're walking through the door of where you should be going, but it wasn't what you were meant to have. Like the experience, yes, but something better is going to be happening for you. There's a better opportunity coming your way. And how I know this is this Queen of Pentacles again, coming up for this reading as well. So this is nurturing each other, nurturing your relationship, healing each other, being generous with each other, being equal in everything, and spending some time loving on each other. The Queen of Pentacles, she is somebody who is very generous, like we talked about earlier. So if you have the time or the money to spoil your partner, to kind of show appreciation, that might be something to think about as well. But I really have a feeling that this just is like, don't worry about what went wrong. Focus on what is going right. And what is going right is your relationship. And nurture that. Because when you nurture that, again, the universe is like, okay, cool, here's what you want. Here's the next best thing. And this Page of Wands here that wanted to come out, this is like, just roll with it. Life is an adventure. Like, there's a new path that you haven't taken yet. Let's go try that. Let's do this. Let's see where that takes us. Like, look at things in a creative way. Look at how maybe you can turn your setback into a win, turn an L into a W type of a situation. you're enthusiastic about. Maybe there's always something that you want to do, like for instance, a cooking class together. Maybe that's something that you can try and allow yourself more quality time spending it together and doing something that you guys get you out of your environment for the night and allow you to see things and each other in a different way. Like, do a different type of date night. I don't know why I'm getting that, but date night keeps coming up. Like, focus on like treating yourself and doing more things that are exciting and adventurous within reason, and just kind of enjoying each other's company while things are coming into place. But yeah, don't lose hope that things are going to work out, because I see positive things here. So if you have the fears and the wounds, doing something that lights you up, that gets you excited, gets you out of your environment into something new, can help with that as well. So if there's something that you guys always talked about doing together and, never really had an opportunity, to try making it happen. If there's like a restaurant that you've always wanted to try that's like completely not your everyday restaurant that you've never tried, go for it. Try it. You're so welcome. Thank you for being here. Hi, Olivia. How are you? Okay, Joanne is next. Which one came out first, but we're going to read it like this anyway, because the message is still going to be the same here. So the Queen of Cups, this is a queen who is all about nurturing not only herself but the people that she loves, as well as listening to your intuition, getting creative with it. So walking in that energy, needing to listen to, especially with this Judgment card here as the advice, listening to your gut. And the message here with the 10 of Pentacles, very much about when you get into your alignment, when you get into listening to your gut feeling, when you're doing what you're passionate about, when you provide yourself self-care, you're going to find that you're going to bring in that abundance, that things are going to start happening in the right way, in the right divine timing. I have to ask, are you a parent? See kids and helping the kids out. The kids are cared for. The kids are okay. Partnership. Doing what's exciting. Judgment here as the advice. Oh my gosh, my voice is going. So sorry. So Judgment is about assessment and really taking a look at like your wins, your losses, maybe things that you need to tweak, things that you need to change, things that went well, things that didn't go well, and then acting accordingly, reevaluating a lot of things. And so this might be kind of like reevaluating your circle, reevaluating what is important. No, you're just a med student? Okay. Mind is completely blank at the moment. Wow. This is like... This tripped me up. Not gonna lie. But the Judgment card still is like, let's reevaluate some things. and still telling me to like listen to your gut, listen to your intuition about where you want to go and what you want to do, what you want to create. Building abundance. You have a lot of people come to you for advice. That's awesome. Okay. Water, Natasha, not your Dr. Pepper. So, I do see whatever you're doing is good for you. You're in harmony and alignment with what you're doing with this Two of Cups. Knight of Wands came out. This is like doing what lights you up, moving toward it, taking a risk even. There's something that is like telling me like there's something that you want to do. There's something that maybe be a risk, but it's an adventure. And there's an evaluation that needs to happen in order for you to figure out whether the risk is worth taking. Is it staying in your position? Cherry Coke. This is bugging the crap out of me. Why am I drawing a blank here? It's because I'm tired. I'm not going to lie. Brain is like, you're shutting down. Yes to there's something that something else you want to do. There's a risk you want to take. This message is like of abundance here. Ah, there's a Chariot card. Wish fulfillment. Sorry, I know other people are waiting patiently, but if I have a stumper, I have a stumper, and this is what happens in the real world. Not all of them are going to be fast readings. So, okay. There's a choice. You're trying to figure out which way you want to go. Do you follow the risk or do you follow what is bringing you consistency, right? People. Oh my goodness. Well, the Chariot is determination. Chariot could also be the choice here. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, manifesting what you want. I keep going back to the Judgment card with the evaluation. So there's something that you need to look at. There's something that maybe you're not seeing as I'm not seeing it. Okay, Walter, I know. Walter's like, it is bedtime, Mom. Either way, there's abundance here. There's some sort of union going on. Partnership. Brain is not braining. You can sense the message. I'm glad because I feel like I'm all over the place right now. And I blame the first two cards that came out because now I'm like, I don't know if that was what the message was supposed to be. But if we switch it, if this was supposed to be you at the moment, let's try it this way. Maybe that's why we have a little bump in the road here. If this was you, this could indicate lots of people. It could indicate the fact that you are in an abundant situation, that you aren't worried about that you are in the alignment of having an abundant position. And then the Queen of Cups is listening to your intuition and focusing on nurturing not only yourself, but those people around you that you are helping, which is fantastic to see. And Judgment card is literally sitting here figuring out, okay, what do I need to not do so much of? What can I focus on and what can I let go of? There's something about a choice too. Still. I'm so sorry. I might have to. I'm getting oh my god, it's 9:00. Oh my god, you guys. So I'm gonna leave your message at that. I'm so sorry. That was fun. Oh my gosh. Figures. I can't believe it's 9:00 already. No wonder my brain is doing the no brainy thing. Okay. Danira. Let's go, Danira. 1-star review. Hey, I'll take it. That's fine. If I can't read for this next one, then we're just shutting down, because I want to make sure you guys are getting the messages that you're supposed to be getting. And if I cannot give them to you, there's no point, right? All right, Deanira. There's a reason why I don't stream 8 hours a day for readings. I just don't have that kind of stamina. There's some people that do. I've seen them do it for like 6 hours, and I was like, how are you still breathing right now? Come on, just one at a time. That's all I ask. Okay. Well, at first it looks sad, but don't fret. All right. So 4 of Pentacles representing you. Again, this could be like you're holding on too tight to something. You can be holding on to an emotion, which could be what's going on, or sometimes we have the perfect scenario in our heads and we think that it's all going to work out in the way that we've planned it, and when life doesn't give you what you want, you still hold on to that image. 3 of Swords as a message here is like there's some sort of loss, some sort of feeling of heartbreak, some sort of feeling of just pain. Why do I feel like it was like a loss that was like, I hate reading like this, but I feel like maybe this was like a necessary loss, if that makes sense. Because we have the 5 of Cups in the advice situation, which indicates to me that we're focusing on what we're not supposed to be focusing on. So there's an outcome here that we're not seeing because we're too focused on the loss and the pain, which completely understandable, completely relevant. Oh, thank you so much, Joanna. Hi, Marilyn. How are you? So maybe there's something here about we're focusing on the wrong thing. We're not seeing the other side of the coin here. We're holding on too tight to maybe the idea of what it was instead of what it is, what we thought it was. Get one more card here. Okay, so there is healing that's going to be taking place. So if you have been feeling like you are stuck in the perpetual pain and the emotions of the heartbreak and that sort of a situation, don't feel like it's going to last forever. There's hope coming. There is healing happening. I think we're holding on too tightly to the idea of what we thought it could be. Okay. Oh, it's making sense. Oh, good. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the fact that, like, dear Lord, brain. But yeah, just don't hold on too tightly. I think we talked about guilt with Syrian, and there could be some of that too. But if we continue to focus on it, the healing might not be as quick as we want it to be. So, learning to let go a little bit and learning to kind of feel through the not so good situations, and then realizing that there is the other side of the coin to this. Oh, thanks, Joanna. I'm so sorry about your reading. I feel so upset about that. Good Lord. I mean, they can't all be wins. They can't all be wins. All right. Let's go Pearl. Caitlin. Have you ruined your friendship? Or will he reconcile? Yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Come see the chaos. Alright, let's see. Okay, why does this Queen of Pentacles keep coming up? Let's see. All Pentacles too, which is interesting. All right, Page of Pentacles, representing you. I get a lot of like learning vibes from this. There's something that we're learning in this situation. Also, it could be, slow and steady progress as well. I don't see like anything quote unquote ruined here. I don't see anything negative. I think that this is just I feel like it is like a progress thing. Like there's a progression to it, especially when we have the Page and then the Queen here, even though, we're reading it in a different way, but there's a progression here. There's a slow and steady progression. And I feel like if you don't push, if you don't force, then things will get better and like be stable, right? The Queen of Pentacles message here is, remember we're nurturing. So what are we nurturing? When we nurture something, we don't shower it with water the whole time, right? Like if we're planting a seed, we cannot continue to water it like we think we need to water it all the time, but it needs time to aerate the soil. It can't stay wet. So don't continue to pour in all the time. Nurture in a way that is slow and steady. Nurture in a way that brings trust and stability and, tender love and care, right? We don't want to force anything, because at the end of the day, if we do you guys remember the Looney Tunes, Tiny Toons or whatever, the Elvira character, where she just was like, I love the bunny so much, I want to squeeze the bunny, and like she ends up like hurting said bunny because she's holding on too tightly, she's squeezing. Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to overpower the friendship. We don't want to force anything, because at the end of the day, it's going to have the opposite effect. So nurture with care, with patience, with kindness, the relationship. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles here as the advice. And so this is like consistent work. This is something that is going to need time, patience, work, and, something that you are, what's the word? It's like, it's not like an everyday you're going out and you're like, hi, it's like there's a finesse to it, and there's a mastery to how you go about nurturing. And when you go about and you start to put these things into action, that's when you start learning from it, and you learn where you need to focus the attention and when you need to back off, when you need to do a little bit more today and when you need to do a little bit less tomorrow. But at the end of the day, the whole message here is it's not irreconcilable, right? It's just going to be a work in progress. You are definitely on your way there. You just need to be patient, be nurturing, and know that this is going to be a work in progress. Yeah. I know the Virgo of whom you speak. Okay, we've got Hiren, Jaslyn, you're welcome, hun. It's almost my bedtime. We're gonna just take the top one. Just take the top. Whoop! No! Come on. They're flying everywhere tonight. Christina. Alrighty. So is Jaslyn still here? It is 9 p.m. Okay, hi Jaslyn. Sorry. I am losing the voice. I talk too much. I know I do. But just the name of the game. All right. So I have the list cut off because I'm already I'm already exhausted and the brain isn't braining. So I'm hoping to get through the current list that I have. So I do apologize. I'm going to be doing more of these. So just check the community tab. That's when I will have all of the, usually I post it like a day or two before I will schedule it so that you guys know, but I forgot yesterday because time is an illusion to me at this point, obviously. So yes, keep a lookout on the community tab for when I'm going to be live next. I know, I'm sorry. All right, Jaslyn. So Knight of Pentacles is being represented of you right now. So you're working hard towards something. You're putting in the work for sure. There's dedication here. On time. I wish I could be on time all the time now, but nope. So Knight of Pentacles. So there's something that you're dedicated to, you're working towards, which is awesome. I love this. There's a new goal that you set in place and you have been diligently working toward it. The message here is this Hierophant. So this usually can be like a teacher. This can be represented by a community. Is this something that you're working toward? Are you becoming like a leader in your community? Garbo. But for whatever reason here, the Hierophant is about connecting to that teacher energy and learning lessons. So you're working on many projects. Okay. Is there somebody that you can go to learn more about your projects that can help guide you? Because that's usually what a Hierophant is representative of. Kind of like leader of the community, leader of a specific like situation, teacher. Like for instance, it could be like your yoga teacher if you're trying to learn yoga. It could be your pope in the church. Just realized that I'm not showing you the cards. Okay, so connect with said person, with said people. This could also be about building the community that is going to be involved in the project as well. So there's something about building, about community, building with this Knight of Pentacles. Don't hesitate to reach out to people who have advice, have connections. Networking is coming up. There's always something that you can learn. There's always something new. I learn something new every dang day. I'm the first one to tell you I don't know everything. So especially if you're working on something new, connecting and networking with people who've been in the industry, been in the environment that your projects are geared toward, definitely have something to teach you and help you with, and that might get you to where you want to go a little bit faster. And also too, if it's something that can benefit a particular community, networking is going to be important because it will get your project to them quicker and easier. It could be something beneficial to them as well. The Seven of Swords here is the advice, and instantly I thought of think outside the box. So with the Seven of Swords, you never really know if they're taking the swords or if they're putting the swords back. It's kind of like one of those situations where it's like, we're on the outside, we don't have all the information. So again, makes me think of you needing to connect with people who can help you learn a little bit more or give you advice. And so thinking outside the box is going to help propel this a little bit further. Definitely something about community, definitely something about keeping the dedication going, but thinking outside the box is going to be a huge help here. There's something that maybe isn't the norm, or is something like, you know how when, I keep saying, you know this, when like people have been trying to solve a problem for like ever, and then all of a sudden this whiz kid comes in and is like, have you ever tried turning it on and off again? Like that sort of a situation. Like I feel like there's something that might be outside of the normal procedures that might help propel it a little bit further. But thinking outside the box, connecting with somebody in the area of expertise, and stay dedicated, stay hardworking toward it, because you're going to get to the desired result. But this is all about just allowing yourself to have access to the help along the way. There's an eyelash in my eye. Okay. Next up, we've got Lori. Is Lori still here? Oh my god, I love the IT crowd. Yeah. Did you try turning on and off again? My husband, he's notorious for not like restarting his phone, powering it down and powering it on again. And so I always say that to him, or I'll send him a GIF. He's like, oh, my phone is not doing what I want it to do, or it's like, not loading this. I was like, when's the last time you turned it off? He's like, Like, yeah, maybe that's why it's not working. Me, the one who doesn't know technology. Oh, no, you're fine, Lori. Just checking to make sure. All right, let's see what's going on for Lori. when's the last time you asked for help? Because what I'm getting here is whatever this tower moment is for you, what big change, chaos is happening. It's causing a lot of this anxiety and stress and overthinking. It's not allowing you to kind of get out of that mindset, the stress. But with the advice here is this 10 of Wands, it's like you're carrying this big old load and this big old weight, but are you allowing yourself to give some of the weight to another person to carry? Is there somebody that can help you with all of this? Sometimes it's hard to ask for help. Sometimes it's very hard to acknowledge that, you know, we're having a tough time. But it is important that you lighten your load. It is important that you take like inventory of what's going on and how you can alleviate some stress, some anxiety. And if that is, you know, delegating projects, you know, chores, whatever that looks like to you in your situation, if you can alleviate some of that and delegate it to somebody else, or at least have, you know, somebody to talk to, or, you know, vent to, somebody that you can trust, that can lighten your load a little bit. And we were talking about, you know, to-do lists. We were talking about, you know, how we can focus on maybe something that you want to do, what lights you up a little bit more, what you desire to do. Maybe that's something that you can try, lighten your load a little bit. Maybe if, say you have to do laundry and that's like too much for you right now, and it's just another stick to load onto your bundle, maybe it's put off your laundry until the next day. You know, leave the dishes in the sink. You know, there's some things that you can do to lighten your load a little bit. And then when you're feeling better, when you're feeling a little bit clearer, then you can pick that back up again. But there is a huge emphasis on alleviating some of the stress and some of the worry. So hopefully there can be somebody else that, you know, can help you lighten the load a little bit. Let me see if I can get one more clarifier card here. Yeah, you're doing too much. You're juggling too much. So with this two of coins, it's like you've got too much on your plate. Things are chaotic for you right now. And so there needs to be something that you can do to alleviate a lot of that and allow yourself to create some more balance between, you know, what you have to do and what you can put off for another day, what you need to focus on and what you can think about another day. Don't get yourself too trapped in to the tower moment and the stress right now. And then, like I said, ask for help should you need help. And it's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of, you know, you can't do this, you know, you're not tough enough, or etc. Asking for help is the strongest thing you can do sometimes. It is like imperative, and it's a huge show of strength because it takes a lot of courage and a lot of you know, to ask for help when you are normally self-efficient and you do all the things, you know, on a day-to-day basis. Like, it's okay to ask for help. So hopefully that made sense. All right, super girly girl. Sorry. I notice I do not drink enough water. I have to force myself to drink water during the day. So Justice card for you, representing you being in harmony, being in balance, figuring out that give and take situation. I love this card so much with the little cats here. Just like hissing at each other. Love it. So then we have the Three of Pentacles as the message here. There might be a collaboration or needing to work together to make this balance happen. Just like we talked about with Lori's reading, asking for help might be coming into play here. Whenever I see the Three of Pentacles as a message, it's like three heads coming together to create one big amazing thing. So it's like three attributes, each person having something different that they can bring to the table. And then we have the advice here is fulfillment. So emotional fulfillment. It's almost like there's like an end to what this collaboration will bring. Like the end game is emotional fulfillment, like just feeling good about it, feeling happy, joyful, amazing. Justice and being in balance, working together. Love that. Whoop, 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 whoop. I would love it if you stopped falling on the floor for me. Okay. Is there some stress? Why do I feel like there's a deadline? There's like something that you're working on and that it's causing you stress. There's like a deadline. I could be completely out of left field right now. But this is a good partnership. This is a good union. There's someone else coming in. It could be two other people, but with the Two of Cups, it could just be the one person. But either way, there's a collaboration. There's working together to create the balance, to create the emotional fulfillment, and then working with this person is going to create less anxiety for you. It's going to alleviate that. I feel like there's a deadline though. Lots of stress on test on Sunday. Oh. Do you have a study buddy? Like, or a group of people that you study with? Because that's definitely going to be something that's going to help you out. It could be the group. There's the three there. But you do have two things with balance here. The Two of Cups and the Justice. 1 and 1 is 2. 2, 2, 2. Harmony. Justice. Balance. I feel like after you're done with this test, there's going to be a lot more clarity. There's going to be a lot more harmony going on in your life. I do think that this might be a successful outcome for you. Also working on emotional fulfillment. That's fantastic. So if you're working on it, you're going to find it because you're already aligning into that. I think definitely once you're out from doing this test, you're going to figure out what the next thing you need to do to be in harmony with what you want is. Get this test out of the way, get, all of the stress out, and then it can allow you to think a lot more clearly and focus on bringing in what you want to bring in. Oh, you're so welcome. You are so welcome. Yeah, balance and harmony were the two big things that I got out of that. All right. Got 3 more. I can do 3 more. I can do 3 more. All right. We have Blue Breeze. feel right, it don't feel right. Okay. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So Blue Breeze, Page of Wands. This is being in our enthusiasm era. So this is focusing on like new adventure, new things that light you up, finding your spark and going towards it. There might be something new that you are gravitating towards, and it's exciting, it's refreshing, and you're seeing it through the eyes of like your inner child, maybe. But like that naivety, like that awe of a child. Joanna, you can email me. I don't have a Discord, or you can DM me through Instagram. And all of that will be in the link tree. So the message here is this Four of Cups. There's an opportunity that you're not seeing. There's something that you're focusing on that you shouldn't be focusing on, and there's an opportunity that's coming that you're not seeing because you're not focusing on the right thing. So it could just be that you're so caught up in your day-to-day. You're like schedule and your routine that you're not seeing what's out in your peripheral. And the Seven of Cups is asking you to explore the possibilities. There's so many things that are available to you that could be exciting and amazing and a new opportunity, but you're so like stuck in the routine, and you're stuck in your way of thinking, and that kind of like the doldrums kind of feeling. That if we're going to align with the enthusiasm and the adventure, we have to get out of this way of thinking, and we have to look at all of the other options and opportunities that are coming our way, that are accessible to us. What do we want to work towards? What do we want to go towards? Because you've got options, but if you're not focusing on the right thing, if you're not seeing all of the opportunities in front of you, you're going to continue to have that same apathy, boredom feeling. You're going to still end up doing the same thing that you've done yesterday and the day before. So if you're really wanting to be in this adventurous mindset and this like excitement and this new passion, you've got to look outside your day-to-day and your norm, and kind of explore more, see what's available to you, what you could do. So for instance, if you always thought about going to school for I don't know, let's just say Reiki, and that always looked exciting to you and you wanted to do that, but you never thought you could because you have to have like a quote unquote normal job, now's the opportunity to kind of explore that. Is that something that you really want to do? Is that something that you think you'd be good at, that you would enjoy, that you're passionate about, that will bring you an adventure? Maybe you need to explore that a little bit more. Maybe you need to take a new direction. And it doesn't mean quitting your day job. It doesn't mean, quitting your whole routine. It just means maybe you're turning your focus to something a little bit more exciting and seeing where that takes you. And that's what I see, Blue Breeze. Oh, I'm totally sorry. I didn't read your above. I didn't read your above text to. I see the conversation now. I'm so sorry. All right, Fox with the book. Joanna, stop it. Of course I like you. You're welcome. Yeah, Lydia, I'm so sorry. We've been doing it for a while now, and my voice is going. I'm going to give Fox just a second to see if they're still here. And if not, I'll move to the next one. Okay, I'll move to Sunshine Girl. Are you still here? I don't know if they'll let you post the link. I mean, I'll let you post it, but I don't know if YouTube will let you post a link in a chat. Okay, Sunshine Girl. Let's see what your message is here. The world, we love it. Okay. The world. This is a successful conclusion. This is also just success in general. And on to the next thing, right? We're done and we're on to the next thing, which is fantastic. Whatever you were doing has been very, very successful. Feeling accomplished, but now your message is to rest. Your message is to take the time out for yourself, get the sleep that you need to get, do the self-care time, and allow your mind to really stop spiraling. So this could mean that you might need to meditate a little bit more, connect with your intuition a little bit more, but rest in general is also going to bring healing. So whenever we're done with a cycle, it's always a good time to rest. Like when you've ran a marathon, that's the end of a cycle, end of an accomplishment, and now you need to rest. Graduation, that's a huge cycle ending, and then you need to take time to go back and rest and heal and take time out for yourself. And then the advice here is there's going to be some clarity coming in. There's going to be some new beginnings. Once you do take that time out for yourself and heal and rest and recuperate, that's a huge word, recuperate, you're going to find the next thing that's going to propel you forward. The clarity here, new ideas, new creativity coming in, new projects, new reading lists, new things coming in that you're going to want to explore and pursue. But the big message overall is to rest and recuperate. I just feel like there was something huge that you did, that you accomplished. Definitely need rest. I was like, oh, school, master's degree with this Eight of Pentacles. You've been working on something for a while. There's a project you've been mastering. There's a talent that you've been mastering, skill, I should say. But it's all a work in progress. Your rest is going to come. Your rest is going to, if you don't start it, it's going to come when you don't want it to come. So yeah, then you're going to find new ways to explore this talent and your skill set. And there's my voice going officially. So that's awesome. Take time to heal, take time to rest. It's super important, and it's going to be important today too with the 7/7 energy, to just everything in, align with what you want, take time for introspection. If you meditate, tonight's going to be a great night, or today, whatever time frame you're in is a great time to meditate. And mental rest for sure with that Four of Swords. Don't spin your wheels. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels right now. So yes, take time to relax, to rest, all of us, and walk in the shoes that we aspire to be. And happy manifesting. Happy 777. Very, very cool energy today. Joanna, you're so welcome. I'm so sorry. If you want to hit me up. We can finagle something. I feel so bad. I don't know why that reading was just like, yeah, no, blank. All right. With that being said, thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. It's over 2 hours. But thank you for being here. I appreciate every one of you. You guys make my day. And love you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And always check that community tab, because that's where I'll be updating you guys about when I'm going live next. I hope to do more of these just live with just the readings. We'll start with the collective and we'll do individuals after that. But life is up in the air right now with my dog, so I do apologize if it's not every week that I do these. That's the goal, but how the cookie crumbles sometimes. So thank you all for being patient with me. New video up tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Oracle of Destiny. So check that out. It'll be a premiere, so I'll be live chatting with you guys. And with that, thank you again. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.